Hey guys, welcome back to Chinese with Charlie. 我是 Charlie. In this video, we're going to talk about one single character, 让. 让 basically has two meanings. The first one is ask somebody to do something, and the second meaning is to allow somebody to do something. So when does it mean ask somebody to do something, and when does it mean allow somebody to do something? The rule is quite clear. If we're talking about a situation that something or some activity is not supposed to happen, then 让 just means allow. If you're talking about a general situation like most normal activities, then 让 means ask. So what do I mean by activities that is not supposed to happen? For example, if the context is about a child and smoking, then of course a child should not be allowed to smoke. So in that case, 让 just means allow. If we're talking about driving a car after drinking, of course it's prohibited, right? You can never drive after drinking. That is why in that case, 让 should be allow. And another situation, let's say we suppose something should not happen, for example, eating in a hospital, since this is a public place. For example, eating in the metro or eating in a train. So since this is a public place, maybe eating can be interrupting to other people in the same place. That is why sometimes we also ask people, is that allowed to do in certain place? Then 让 means allow. If you still don't get it, let's have a look at some examples. The first one, 你妈妈让你抽烟吗？你妈妈让你抽烟吗？ Does your mom allow you to smoke? 你妈妈让你抽烟吗? So in this sentence, we can only understand 让 as to allow because nobody would force you to smoke, or nobody would encourage to smoke, or nobody would ask you to smoke. So with smoking, 让 is always translated as allow. 你妈妈让你抽烟吗? The second sentence, 喝酒后让开车吗? 喝酒后让开车吗? Is it allowed to drive after drinking? And of course, in a normal society, it's always forbidden to drive after drinking. That is why 让 here can only be translated as allow. Another sentence, 医院里让吃东西吗? 医院里让吃东西吗? Is it allowed to eat in the hospital? As a person asking, I suppose eating is not allowed in the hospital. That's why I ask 医院里让吃东西吗? Now let's look at some normal situation. 妈妈让我来拿她的东西. 妈妈让我来拿她的东西. This sentence means mom asked me to come here to take her things. So here we wouldn't translate 让 as allow because it doesn't make sense, right? So 妈妈让我来拿她的东西. The second one, 老师让我告诉你明天不上课. 老师让我告诉你明天不上课. So the teacher asked me to tell you that we don't have any lessons tomorrow. So telling you that tomorrow we don't have any lessons is a quite normal thing to do. That is why 让 should be translated as ask somebody to do. Another situation, 我让孩子去睡觉了. 我让孩子去睡觉了. I ask my children to go to sleep. So going to sleep is a quite normal situation. You wouldn't say, I allow my children to go to sleep. And of course, if it's a very special situation, let's say your child has a lot of homework to do and your child hasn't done the homework, in that case, 让 should be translated as allow. So you can see the meaning of 让 really depends on the context. And of course, in the most of situations, context is quite clear because when 让 means allow, it's usually associated with some antisocial behavior like smoking, drinking, or anything that can hurt other people or can interrupt other people. So if it's a normal situation like going to sleep or go somewhere to take something for somebody, then 让 just ask somebody to do. And one more thing you need to know, Whenever 让 means ask somebody to do, we can replace it with 要 because 要 also means ask somebody to do. So 妈妈让我来拿她的东西。妈妈让我来拿她的东西。We can also say 妈妈要我来拿她的东西。妈妈要我来拿她的东西。老师让我告诉你，明天不上课。老师让我告诉你，明天不上课。We can also say 老师要我告诉你，明天不上课。老师要我告诉你，明天不上课。我让孩子去睡觉了。我让孩子去睡觉了。We can also say 我要孩子去睡觉了。我要孩子去睡觉了。So to sum it up, the meaning of 让 is quite context specific. But as a reasonable person, I think every one of you knows in what situation 让 should be translated as allowed to do, in what situation 让 should be translated as ask somebody to do. And when 让 means ask somebody to do, we can also use 要 to talk about ask somebody to do. Now I have a takeaway for you. Translate these sentences and leave your answers under this video. If you like my videos, please give me a like button, subscribe to my channel, and we see each other next time. Bye bye.